And the thing is, it was against what we would call against tradition, playing with the boys. But as long as I came home for my meals, my mother had no objection, because she had never competed unless she played croquet down in Kingston, Jamaica. She always encouraged me, and as it ended up, when I started to do the sports and coached at the high school, she would come to all the games. And I did get my degree at BU, and then I eventually got my master's degree, and I got my CAGS, the Certificate of Advanced Graduate Study. All of a sudden we heard that there was going to be something started at the Boston Garden. So in I went, and that's when Howie McHugh and Jack Harris, that were associated with the Boston Garden, they acted as coaches and assistant coaches, and it ended up that we played out of the garden. I played for 3 years, but they also were taking us on the road. So I've got a chance, when I eventually made the All American, I had met some of those girls out in Cleveland and Chicago that I eventually played with in the All American. A very, very good times, and I've met so many outstanding girls from California and Canada. And I think when I look at sports now, I know I did a lot because I officiated, and I couldn't coach. There were no sports at North. But the girls who eventually gave themselves the name of the Raiderettes, they came and they asked if I would coach them, and I think we went to someone to get it okay that I could, because they were playing outside of school. But it was eventually to end up being the regular interscholastic schedule that the high school girls all play. And so not only did I play and coach the basketball, I played lacrosse, which has now become such a wonderful sport. And I have my 2 lacrosse sticks over there in the corner that the British girls sent to me, because when they came out here to the United States, they were going to all the private schools to introduce the game of lacrosse to the girls, which has now been introduced to the men. But the men's game is a little more roughhouse. Ours is still controlled by our rules that cause us to keep away from the roughness that sometimes is associated with sports, because lacrosse is a great running game. So I played lacrosse at college, and I played it after I got out, because I don't know why, to compete was just always the greatest thing. And I think as I look back, I know I learned so many of my lessons from competing and meeting different people, so that to this very day I sometimes get back to BU and go to see them play lacrosse, because they're all playing it now, and the men have picked up the game.